Continuing our series of special interviews on the royal wedding with design and style experts, we're here at Harrods to meet Roger Dove, the most quoted perfumer in the world. We're here with Roger Dove. How are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm very well indeed. So just starting us off, Roger, a little bit about your heritage and your background.
I fell under the spell of Guerlain when I was about 18, and I started hounding them a little bit. I didn't realise I was hounding them at the time, and I was offered a job by Robert Guerlain. It was owned by 3 family members, and he said I'd be less of a nuisance in the house than out of it. And that's how I came to work for them. So I worked with Guerlain for 20 years. I then started making bespoke scent. The very first one was auctioned at Christie's for the Terence Higgins Trust London Lighthouse. And then 7 years ago, I was asked by George Hammer in Harrods whether I'd like to open a perfumery. And that is where we are today.
Here we are in the sumptuous environment that it is.
So if we're thinking about fragrance and royals and weddings, is there any particularly significant royal wedding that sticks out in your mind?
It is documented, and I believe to be factually correct. Princess Diana on her wedding day wore a scent by Houbigant, which is one of the very old French perfumery houses. The fragrance is called Quelques Fleurs, and I think that it's fascinating that this young woman would have chosen a scent from such an old established perfumery house. It's a house with a fabulous pedigree. You know, it was the perfumer of Marie Antoinette, and Napoleon shopped there and so on. It maybe is the most important fragrance that's ever been created, which is quite a thing to say, because it defined the floral bouquet. So the classical harmony we think of in floral perfumes, roses, ylang-ylang, jasmine on a base of sandalwood and vanilla, which you see in perfumes like Chanel No. 5, Madame Rochas, Calèche, Blair du Temps, through to the new Tom Ford white musks, all use this structure. It was perfected. It was created and perfected in this fragrance. So it's maybe one of the most perfect bouquets ever made. And I love the fact they called it quelques fleurs, some flowers.
Can you tell us a little bit about the kind of fragrances that you think that William and Catherine should consider for their big day?
There's a beautiful English perfumery house which is called Grossmith, and here are some wonderful bottles that house some of their fragrances. They have just launched this scent, which is called Betrothal. So the name, I think, is absolutely perfect. Comes in this wonderful, wonderful bottle. The scent itself is an incredible bouquet of blossoms, and the thing I love about it, it contains a flower called neroli, which is orange blossom. I think it smells very refined. It doesn't smell as though it's trying. It will linger wonderfully. It's sensual without being in the least overt, but it also sounds like a contradiction, but it makes us feel very calm.
With 700 million people looking at you around the globe.
Maybe wouldn't be a bad thing.
What about for William?
Well, no, I was going to do a William and Catherine. Another English perfumery house, Clive Christian, has always had the concept of a man's and woman's fragrance. Each of his fragrances come as a man's and woman's version. The core of them are always made from the same raw materials, weighed in different quantities with other things added. And so I love the idea that a man and woman, when they come together as one for the very first time, which is what the wedding symbolises, that their two scents actually sublimate each other to create a beautiful, unique new third.
That's very
and so
nice.
This fragrance, which comes in this crystal bottle with a little diamond on the neck, the beauty of this, it's called number 1. And the reason it's called number 1 is when you wear it, it's all about you being the most important person in the room. But in this case, both the man and the woman can be number 1, the most important people in the world.
What tips could you give us about how to apply fragrance and where on the body and when?
To get the most beautiful effect from a scent, a woman's scent, you should always use a little bit of eau de toilette, tiny bit, literally misted over the entire body. Traditionally, it was always used that you pour a little in your hand as a liquid before sprays became fashionable. You put your hands together and you literally wipe it on your body, so you have a touch. The perfume itself, always on the wrist, inside the bend of the elbow, never behind the ears, which is the place most women do use perfume. The reason why not, we have so many sebaceous glands that will make the scent turn. A much better place is to go directly down from the earlobe into the collarbone, to these 2 dips in the collarbone. The beauty of that, as you move your head, you have the pleasure of smelling it. And when your husband-to-be is whispering a sweet I love you in your ear, they're right over the hot spot.
And when?
before they're leaving, if TikTok, we've got to be at the Abbey at 11.
A scent generally is going to smell at its best when it's been on your skin for between 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
After that, it will just carry on becoming more and more beautiful. But a quick, gosh, I've forgotten to put my scent on, dup just before you walk down the aisle is not going to be the way to do it.
No, brilliant. Well, from the gentleman who knows everything about the beauty of fragrance and scent, thank you very much for inviting us.
It's really been a pleasure, Scott. Thank you very much.